colorism is really a global issue.
Agreed.
It's not something here in the States or anything like that. But I too, Team Della, I thought that we were getting out of the colorism in the black community in America. And once I began working in the corporate world, I realized that's a lie. And it's really the same way white supremacists hide their racism. Black, I'd say women in general, they hide their colorism in the same way by pretending that they're not. And I think it's such a deep-seated issue that it's psychological.
Let's go to our video. And this actually happened on Lapeef Wednesday, I think it was, with Chaotic.
According to who? According to who? I would have hit that if I was her age. She was.
You need to stop.
No, it's the truth. Tilly Tyson was a fox. Hold on for a second. Now, wait a minute. I'll tell you how the standard of beauty has always been dark. Now, I'm not saying she was a sex symbol, but how did Madam C.J. Walker become the most wealthiest woman in the country?
Because she catered to a concept of beauty that dealt with hair, which is $1 billion industry.
Oh yeah, you probably.
Yeah,
right.
she said nappy hair was bad. She said nappy Negro hair was a curse. So she promoted white people.
Anna, take it easy. Take it easy. Amira, what's going on? How you doing?
Hey guys.
How you doing? Amira, let me ask you a question. Do you think that you are superior because of your light skin? Keep it real. Uh-oh.
In some countries, yes. I mean, in certain areas, yes.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Simply because what you guys are talking about, I understand you're talking about the Black community, but I came to give you a small different perspective because around the world, it's like this. It's not just Black community. But the thing that we don't have in other communities is dark-skinned people that stand up and say, do not attack the dark-skinned person because they are beautiful no matter what. Because in our cultures, no matter how ugly the girl is, as long as her skin is white, light, bright, almost white, oh, she's beautiful. Oh, she's beautiful. And it's like the darker skinned girl could be way prettier, have better features and everything, but that doesn't matter because she's dark.
Go ahead, Amir.
Okay, you guys, what do you think about that? Let me put us back.
I think we should let the ladies unpack this one first.
I guess I heard what she said completely differently, and I could be wrong. My interpretation of what she said was that in her countries, it's different compared to the Black community, because in her country, it doesn't matter if you're dark skinned and you're more beautiful than, let's say, a fair skinned woman. Yeah, the dark skinned woman would be considered undesirable, where we're like in the Black communities, you know, we uplift our melanated sisters. Like,
oh, I agree with that.
Perspective.
I agree with that as well. No.
So,
and the reason why I said the part I said was because if you listen to her first statement before that statement, she said there are not enough people of that color promoting that. You didn't hear
her culture.
In
her culture.
No. She said no. I'm going to bring it back up so you just see that what I'm talking about. Okay, just that part. Let me see if I
On a
find
scale
it.
of 1 to 10, Amir, what would you give this?
Oh, just the first part that she said, and I could be wrong, but I don't think that.
The point I was making though is these beautiful Black women, I want them to be conceited. I want them.
No, that's too far. Sorry.
Knew it. D, what if I told I'm a little bit older? What if I told you that dark women?
Okay, I think it's right.
What if I told you that dark women have always been?
I just don't.
Oh yeah, you probably.
Yeah,
right.
she said nappy hair was bad. She said nappy Negro hair was
not
a
that
curse.
part.
So she
Now,
promoted
Anna,
white people.
take it easy. Take it easy. Amira, what's going on? How you doing?
Hey guys.
How you doing? Amira, let me ask you a question. Do you think that you are superior because of your light skin? Keep it real. Uh-oh.
In some countries, yes. I mean, in certain areas, yes.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Simply because what you guys are talking about, I understand you're talking about the Black community, but I came to give you a small different perspective because around the world, it's like this. It's not just Black community. But the thing that we don't have in other communities is dark-skinned people that stand up and say, do not attack the dark-skinned person because they are beautiful no matter what. Because
so that part, dark-skinned people standing up.
Right. referring in other countries.
Yeah. But I'm saying dark skin, period. I'm not necessarily in our country, just period.
Well, I can't speak outside of what my experience is, but what I noticed here in the States, at least, you know, when I was younger, it wasn't always the experience. There were, you know, very melanated girls that I went to school with, and even melanated, you know, boys that I went to school with, and they were not desirable at all. So the more fair skinned you were, the more desirable you were. And I'm really happy that we're kind of moving away from that kind of culture. And so my current experience is very different. I mean, like melanated women are very much so desirable from my experience. I personally think that they're, you know, they're beautiful.
So I think
it has a way of making the world really small right now. And
so I'm not, yeah, I don't know what the actual question is, but I wrote several notes down. Colorism is really a global issue.
Agreed.
You know, it's not something here in the States or anything like that. But I too, Team Della, I thought that we were getting out of the colorism in the Black community in America. And once I began working in the corporate world, I realized that's a lie. And it's really the same way white supremacists hide their racism. I'd say women in general, they hide their colorism in the same way by pretending that they're not. And I think it's such a deep-seated issue that it's psychological. I noticed the way women, especially Black women, separate themselves into friend groups when they go out. Right? You'll see it. You see the colorism there. They got a bunch of friends. They can have an equal amount of light-skinned friends, equal amount of caramel friends, equal amount of dark Lupita-looking friends, and see the group they want to go out with. Right? I think it's deeply psychological. And I didn't know this. Like I said, I thought it was going away. But watch the way these women insult each other and the way they treat each other when they're angry. That's why I say they're hiding it. It's not gone anywhere.
Are you referencing like Gen Y and like?
Yeah, I mean, well, no, millennials on up. Yeah, exactly. Millennials, Gen Z, everyone. We do a better job of hiding it because we're right now in a time of trying to be inclusive and you're my sister and we all get money. No, it's all fake. It's phony. At break people down to bare bones, give them something to compete over, and it all comes out all over again.
I mean, I definitely think that experience is true for you, for sure. I would say for me, I'm not going to negate that is not a valid point. I would just say I certainly feel the energy shifting to where Black women are actually, or melanated women are actually, their beauty is actually acknowledged. I mean, I'm not saying that we've done a 180, but I am saying that we are making steps forward to where, you know, melanated women, because I feel like when it comes to men, you know, for whatever reason, dark-skinned men have always been some kind of desirable, even to white women, for whatever reason. They really have. But when it comes to melanated women, it has not always been the case. And so I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. But I will say that there are steps being moved forward in the right direction.
No, I definitely, we don't actually disagree. We're actually talking about two different things. You're talking about the representation of darker women in media and in movies. And I mean, Black Panther is a dark-skinned movie. Like, you know, if you wanted to say that, right? So it's profitable now, and it used to not be before. But I'm talking about the relations and the dynamics between Black people and on a personal level, and in a corporate level. I do not believe it's gone anywhere.
Okay.
So I would actually agree that y'all both making the same point, but I think it's different parts of the point. Because when the propaganda occurs, that you know, the beauty standards that people adhere to of the past are not the beauty standards of today. And that may be why she's saying she feel the strides coming, because I see a push to Black Girl Magic and everything to highlight melanated women. And I'm for it. I hope they push more for the natural hair looks and the all the things we was talking about earlier, you like to see in a wife and all those things. I hope that keep getting pushed forward. But I'd be lying if I said there wasn't a time where I was brainwashed to the colorism too. You know what I'm saying? Like Jada had a song. My first addiction was G.I. Joes and Ices. After that, it was light skinned girls and Nikes. Everybody was like the light skinned John. And then it started to change as you got older and start understanding, like, you know, some of these images aren't my actual preference or opinion. Is what kind of I was curious to like, and then moved away from it. But that shit is real, and it's deeply ingrained psychologically. And if you're not like actively aware of it, it can sit there and manifest into something else. In the way you treat other people, the way people fear dark-skinned man, like the police fear him way more than equally sized light-skinned or white man. All of that stuff, it factors in. And I agree, people hide it.
There's a rapper named Light Skin Keisha, and she ain't even light skin for real. Come on, this stuff.
You listen, that was my student. Step back. Leave her alone. She was on my cheer squad.
I think that there is some remnants left over from the whole light skin privilege and stuff like that. So I don't want to say that that doesn't exist, because it does. But I do agree with Team Della in the fact that I definitely have also seen more strides and more push to kind of combat that. And I, for one, definitely can appreciate that, just because I have seen, you know, the negative impact of the focus on, you know, the light skin, dark skin thing. And I just think what's so great about Black people is the diversity that we do have. So even if you, I know it's about, even if you want to be with somebody white, you can get a Black woman that looks white. You know what I'm saying? Or if you want to go the other direction, I just love our diversity when it comes to our skin complexion. And I think if we look at it as a whole, as it being good, as opposed to like pitting one against the other, I think that's where the problem comes in. But I mean, it's beautiful. Black is beautiful.
Well, I'm gonna say that this is it. It's recent. We're talking within the last 4 years, maybe, where darker skinned women have become objects of beauty.
Mm.
Prior to that, it the truth is colorism was very, 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 very real, and it's just recent where it's okay. It's okay, and you are beautiful in your super dark, almost ultra bluish tint skin. To me, that's ridiculously beautiful. There are some models, some African models that are just, oh my god, jet black, but ridiculously gorgeous. But again, that's that's not something that's been going on for a long time. That's recent. But that's where I stand. I don't really disagree with any of you, but in my past, like I said, I'm the middle child, the darkest. My grandmother was half white and half Indian, and of course my grandfather was he was a chocolate man, but I'm the darkest of all the group. I more represent my father's side, which is that Creole Louisiana side. And growing up, all it was my light skinned older brother and my light skinned younger sister. And yeah, I was a joke. Like I was the butt of many jokes. And so to me, I man, first to what he said about with Candace and that IG model, oh my God, she was beautiful and Candace should have shut her mouth. But Black is just gorgeous, and all of its various shades from super light skin to ultra dark skin. Not everybody's pretty, but the shades.
That's what I was going to say.
The
I think
shades
that's what it
are
is.
gorgeous.
I think that is the problem with colorism, is that many times the darker skin is associated with ugliness and the lighter skin is associated with beauty, which I think beauty is beauty regardless. Like, you could be light skinned. I've seen ugly light skinned women just like I've seen ugly dark skinned women. Ugly is ugly, beautiful is beautiful. That doesn't change based on the complexion. I mean, I'm being honest.
I mean,
A person who's attractive is gonna be attractive regardless.
so this is one of those things that I believe. I think, like I was telling Team Della here, I think it's one of those things that happens on a representation level. So we are definitely, now I'm sure we're talking about two different things, because I heard someone make a statement that, who said dark-skinned women are ugly? As a matter of fact, more dark-skinned women, I'm telling you right now, this is a complete anecdote, but I'd bet my entire year's salary on it. More dark-skinned women are married than light-skinned. I'm telling you right now.
Man, I was thinking the same thing.
Look, I'm telling you. So
agree.
it's like
I
on a
agree with that.
representation level. And first off, when white men get with black women, they're going full Lupita. You see, so it's like on a representation level, we're looking at what's put out into the mainstream because we're so caught up in what's being marketed. But on a ground level, it's almost as if the people who do the choosing, which are the men, I'm married to a chocolate woman. I really don't prefer like for some reason I've always had a trouble accepting if they were fully black. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, but I just been like, black men love chocolate women, and it's represented in the most important way in the decisions they make. That's why I'm like, I think it's a representation versus what's actually happening.
I agree, and that's what we say. They promote the light skin. You're going to see that on social media. You're going to see that in the magazines. You're going to. So I mean, even a study, they repeated a study that they did back in the '60s with the doll test or whatever. Those kind of things. So it definitely those messages and images of what is good and right and beautiful typically end up on the lighter side or the white side. And I appreciate the active mindset of trying to combat that by promoting more beautiful dark-skinned women. Because I mean, if you're beautiful, again, like I said, if you're beautiful, you're just beautiful. You know, I don't think the skin color would matter, but I definitely agree with pushing the narrative of Black is beautiful and promoting darker skin, beautiful women.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, light skin, medium skin, dark skin, we're Black. And we're all looked at as Black. So it's really like the whole colorism aspect is this, you know, it creates this division amongst us. You know, everybody else looking at us